Hi, my name's Alice, and I want to talk about how girl guiding helped me join my random skills from my CV together somewhere that it actually makes sense. So, to be honest, my CV looks like somebody has taken a dartboard, stuck random hobbies, interests, and skills all over it, covered their eyes, and then thrown darts at it. It just makes no sense to be written on the same piece of paper, to be honest. And the reason behind it is because I didn't know what I wanted to do when I left education. Unlike all of my friends who were really excited to go on to college and university and start their careers because they knew what they wanted to do, I just had no idea. So what I decided to do was to try a lot of different things that sounded fun to me and see where I ended up. As long as I was enjoying something, I would continue to do it. And then when I didn't enjoy it anymore, I would move on to something else. And I did that when I went to college. I did health and social care and catering. I even did cake design. And then when I went to work, I did the same thing, and I was a barmaid, a chef, a waitress. I worked in a computer shop fixing and building computers. I painted and put together furniture in a friend's shop, and I even worked for a big DIY company. The hobbies section on my CV is equally as weird and wonderful. From things like being a self-taught knitter, to enjoying and loving to read, to having my own allotment and enjoying being outdoors, it just didn't seem to make any sense and just seems really muddled and weird. And in fact, at the age of 21, when I went for an interview, I was asked, "Why have you done so much and had so many jobs for somebody of your age?" And I started to panic. I was like, oh gosh, they're going to think that I can't hold down a job, and not that I've left because I wanted to. How do I explain that? Oh, are they going to think that I'm rubbish at everything and I just keep trying new skills to try and find something that I'm good at? But I kept my calm in the interview and said, oh, it's because I enjoy trying new things and welcome new hobbies. Luckily that worked in my favour. But I started to dwell on that, and I started to think, well, this wasn't actually true, you know. I knew people say, you definitely shouldn't turn around in an interview and say, well, I don't know what I want to do with my life, and, the skills that I've got, I don't really know how to use them. So I didn't do that. I spun it into the positive, and luckily it went my way. How that joins together with guiding is, I was worrying about that question so much and how my skills came together that, weirdly enough, at exactly the right and same time in that month that I started and had that interview, I started being a unit helper in girl guiding. At the age of 21, my family found it uniquely amusing that I was starting guides. It was completely the opposite reaction to that question of why have you done so much, and it was flipped on its head with my family asking things about why have you never done this before, and why did you not join guides when we wanted you to when you were a kid? Simply, I just turned around and I had no answer to that question apart from, I don't know, but I really wish I had have done, and I wish I'd have joined guides way sooner than I did. So, adding guiding to my CV, starting with unit helper to guide leader in training to eventually being a ranger unit leader, is awesome. I love everything about it. I enjoy the meetings, I enjoy the carnival preparation, the trips, even the planning meetings where the wacky ideas come out of the girls' mouths, and for the 17th time you have to explain why we can't go skydiving in the next unit meeting because there's just too much paperwork to fill in and it's just not enough time before next week to get that done. Yep. It's really helped me realise that all of the skills that I have acquired from all of the random different things that I've tried come together and make sense, even if they don't. I can use them for everything. And a great example is I was a chef and trained as a chef. I didn't enjoy the job, unfortunately, and I kept injuring myself and cutting myself while I was at work. So it definitely wasn't a great fit. But lo and behold, through guiding and through my own enjoy of doing it, I found myself on an international camp with about 30 guides, rangers and leaders in a tent with 2 sides missing, 6 camping stoves, a gas-powered water boiler that would take hours to heat up, cooking for everybody. And I was so in my deep end that I didn't think I'd be able to do it, and I was like, oh, I can't do this is too stressful, I don't like it. But I actually enjoyed it, and I enjoyed being able to help in that way of just cooking for people and teaching people new skills about how to do little cooking tasks that they were able to. And I really enjoyed sharing that knowledge. And it helped me realise the 7 things that I think are the most important that I've learned through guiding are these. So 1, you should definitely share your skills. If you're not sharing them, you're wasting them. You don't have to use them all the time, but use them every now and again, or pass on that knowledge, and the time that you've spent learning them definitely won't be wasted. 2, it is never ever too late to learn something new, and you will learn new things from the amazing people that you meet throughout guiding. 3, you can never have too many interests as long as you have time to do each of them, or share a little bit of each of them. 4, putting Girl Guiding on your CV will bring out better questions in an interview, and will make people really interested to know what Girl Guiding actually is. In an interview, I've been asked, what do you do as a guide or ranger leader? How do I get my kids involved? I've been trying to get them involved for ages, and people even talk about their own experiences that they had when they were younger in guiding. 5, you can rekindle the love for a hobby or a skill just by teaching it to somebody else. When you see somebody else enjoy or try something that you've done for ages or that you've fallen out of love with, it can reignite that spark, even just in a little way, to see a smile on somebody else's face when they try it for the first time and actually achieve it. 6, it really doesn't matter if you suck at a skill, as long as you've tried it and you gave it your best shot. You can guarantee, and it's okay when this happens, that a 6-year-old will come along and be way better at something that you have been trying for 10 weeks. When they do it their first time, they will smash it out of the park, and you will just be stood there like, well, the smile on their face when they've managed it is worth it, but why couldn't I have done that? It doesn't matter. And 7, which is the most important one, you don't have to put all of your skills on your CV. You can whittle it down and keep some of them just for Girl Guides and for sharing with other people. So I hope you've taken something out of this, and that my weird and wonderful experiences have helped you realise that sharing skills is great, and through Girl Guiding you'll learn so many different ones and be able to share so many things that you've learnt yourself. Thank you. Bye.